just try to send it a little bit early. And this, okay. So let me do the Patreon shout outs. Matthew from Des Moines wanting to shout out Steve Miller Band and the song Abracadabra. Thanks. Love Steve Miller Band. And Jungle Love making me crazy. I like that song a lot. Right. Fly like an eagle to the sea.
I took my dad out for his birthday a few weeks ago when he turned 70, and we manned the jukebox, had control of it, and we did, of course, play Abracadabra, as well as some Steely.
Right, I hope you were booed off the stage. Abracadabra, I don't know if you heard the Eminem version that he came out with this year.
Oh, no, he did something that beat, huh?
Yeah. And he, you know, he kills it. So thank you, Matthew. Jason Turpin, I think, has he written him before?
Yeah, he's a Turpin.
From Mint Hill, North Carolina. Thank you for your patronage. I'd like to shout out
Tell my baby gonna be a star and do the things.
Damage in Linville Gorge. Oh yeah, that's good.
So I switched over to the PS4 to do this X.
The Gorge is one of the most scenic places in the Southeast. It's expected to take 5 years to repair all trails there. They are looking for volunteer donations to help. Shout out to Disco for landing that exclusive deal that will have his world infamous and LGBTQ plus friendly Shake Shack, formerly known as Different Strokes, at every Super Bowl, ABN Awards, WrestleMania, and every major sporting event. Be on the lookout for the QR code that will give sneak peeks to not on the menu hand jobs.
It's just
What's news?
That was Joe. Do what you gotta do with that. You know when you're.
So let me just ask you a question.
Wait, it's suspended already?
All right, it's time to hop to it.
Suspended permanently from the mail.
Wait, so why is he the shout out?
Because these are the $25 enough paid plugs that he has paid for as a part of. Yeah. But now I guess he's suspended for the next one.
Right. So he paid to get suspended. So let me just say this.
Well, that's suspended. What you guys are doing is letting him.
There's a back
for the suspension by letting him.
Well, you're paying. You know, that's all that matters.
And then
so
if he's suspended,
that's not what all that matters because I don't.
Okay, so let me just ask you a question that's relevant to this question.
All right.
So there's no chance.
Wake up and smell that
There's no chance that at the Super Bowl,
pizza I
there'll be
made.
a pop-up Shake Shack.
Okay.
All right, I'm just asking. There's some people that are wondering,
Of course not.
including BG.
now, do you think the suspension DI would extend to Sapphire? Because I think Beta will be in Vegas for Rainy. We know we're going to have a K100 crew coming to Sapphire. So is Beta going to be allowed in, or is he probably going to mix up with the crew?
I don't know.
You should 86 him, dude. That's straight up. When he walks in. I want 5 guys from the back door to reception. It's done.
Ain't nothing going on there.
For life.
So
For those of you that
here we go.
The biggest strip club in Tijuana, which is as wild as any place you've ever.
I heard that you can get a little bit more than just the lap dances there.
Oh, 100%, bro. They have the rooms in the fucking thing. So like you'll be with, and you'll go to a room up there, you know. And the thing is, bro, that place is so packed with women. It's ridiculous. But anyways, from the Little Saigon district of Orange County, California, Brad Zawacki, our baseball expert and also baseball lifestyle that sent us cool shirts and hats. So if you're into any of that, Brad will hook you up. Oh, he says, please follow
this
Grit
person
Baseball
speaks with
Company on
survival.
social media, Facebook and IG at Grit's Baseball Company, Twitter at The Grit Baseball. Thank you, K100 team. Matthew Mason. I would like to shout out my wife's podcast, The Florida Feeling, a podcast all about exploring the sunny shores of Florida, the amazing state parks, and weekly hilarious stories about Florida's own state hero, Florida Man. Matthew Mason, St. Augustine, Florida. This one's great. Just go.
Yo.
Adrian from Heat Nightclub in Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, I know he's a regular contributor.
Yeah, that always pops me. Just want to shout out all the rescue workers and LA fire departments for the work they are doing in trying to get LA fires under control. That's a big mess over there. So yeah, so those are our Patreon members. Thank you for your patronage. thank you for, our numbers keep going up on Patreon, so thank you very much for your support. What else are we doing? And our stilo, we always over deliver, whether it's on extra shows, the main show, or Patreon. We've also, okay. Oh, just so I forgot to say about the YouTube. There are officially over 6,000 videos on the K100 YouTube channel and approaching 200 completely uncensored bonus and
Of
zero
course, I've been there, done it, and I've beaten.
interruptions. Joe is manning the ones and twos, and you can follow the show and everything that's going on
All right.
that they should know about, Joe.
Yeah, classic promos or in-ring stuff from you guys. Also videos from the show. Like I put up last week, the Disco's response to Vince Russo claiming it was based off Disco's gambling issues and his arrest, which hadn't happened yet. So he talks about that. I put that video up.
All right, and did you say what people could get on Patreon? I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah, so $15 tier and up is where you get shows early and ad-free, including the main show talk, sports, the reviews, the bonus mailbags, and the $25 tier and up is where you get video of the show, and you also get that monthly plug. You just heard everybody's plugs before. You can plug anything you want, whether it's a business, podcast, t-shirt store. You can shout out your wife. You can shout out a friend's birthday. You can shout out a local business that you want to support. Anything at all. $25 tier and up. You get that once a month, as well as access to the live Q&A roundtables, and we'll have one of those coming up soon. Maybe post Royal Rumble. We'll do something like that for the patrons. So, but that's a place to go for the most interactive.
All right, let me ask you a question, because a lot of people warning white word coming up, kerfuffle, nothing. We're making a kerfuffle about the, where can Patreon have access for the YouTube? Come up with the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Once you made it public, I think it
Always.
was we were going to fix that.
0 so far. And people maybe didn't
I
hear,
love that.
the fix was behind the YouTube paywall. There have been some live reviews, which eventually go to Patreon and then also come out for free YouTube. But some patrons weren't happy about it because some of these guys pay $25 a month or $40 or
Busy.
whatever it is. Why can't we get access? Because it's two different accounts and two different payment systems. It's different. So what we offered was, if you pay for the YouTube membership, if you want to see the live stuff that bad, great as it's happening, we'll reimburse you. So basically, it's free. So we've made that clear in public and stuff, and nobody's asked for it yet. So
You were right with your theory.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
else?
this
Okay. And we've also got JJ Claxton and Chris Mason handling our biz on TikTok. Yeah, don't stop.
Bucket left. Well, back there.
I wanna sex you up.
So when I started this group of me, Joe, and Disco to do great songs, I was very
Peppers
heavily
one blood
influenced by
and
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Okay? We got great hits from the 50s all the way to like the 80s. Bro, I saw see how old Frankie Valli is, Joe? So Frankie Valli is singing in concert, Disco,
Yeah.
and when he's singing, falls asleep.
I wonder how these
Yeah, he's like 1,000,000 years old.
9 years.
till we get two more with us. If not, we can just carry on.
Yeah,
No choice.
that she isn't coming back or something like that.
I guess, yeah. Kind of funny. I guess that match where Steve wouldn't, what's her name? Serena Deeb came out at the end.
I got an article on the screen too, guys. I want to say that.
Once you read it, Joe.
Well, it's on WrestleLink, but it's initially from Wade Keller on the PW Torch VIP. He says, so Britt Baker, DMD, has been with AEW since day one. That hasn't prevented the wrestler Dennis from being surrounded by controversy for much of her time with promotion. Latest stories circulating about Baker were shared by Wade Keller. According to Keller, Baker has been drawing ire from multiple sources in the AEW,
All right.
including at the top.
We need one more person to join. We'll have a complete team.
The people in AEW, Tony Khan may have her in the same category as some other wrestlers. They just don't get phone calls, don't get called in to show up. There's a lot of frustration with her. Keller also stated that Baker was widely unpopular with other women working for the company, though he noted there may be some backstage who disagree with that sentiment. He said part of the reason for Baker's recent absence is due to her conversation with MJF last year. There's also at least one minor incident since that has made Khan question whether Baker is worth keeping on TV. So there's the MJF altercation, and then there was, it says here, Baker also notoriously had issues with Thunder.
All right, let's kick butt, team.
The
Let's
short-lived
kick
reality
butt.
series AW All Access touching on their problems. According to Keller, Baker has long had a reputation for being hard to work with, and his impression is that Baker has been fiercely territorial over place in AEW. And Baker being on TV has nothing to do with a recent breakup with Adam Cole, who ended their relationship last year, and the report states neither has heat over the situation, but she has previously expressed frustration with rumors reported about her time in AEW, stating that she loves the company. And I'll find that. Who did you say she had problems with?
I don't know the details because I don't really care about a lot of stuff, but I hear some things. Okay, and that night that she had the thing with Serena Deeb, I don't know who she was supposed to wrestle, but they had to change the opponent because people literally don't want to work with them. That's what I heard. Well, you know, and I can see that, but I guess like he that's bad because people refuse to work with him.
Yeah, it says regarding that. Lance appeared on AEW on the November 13th episode of Dynamite after beating Penelope Ford. Baker was confronted by Serena Deeb in a post-match angle, with the cameras catching Britt saying nobody cares several times as Deeb stood on the ramp. The angle sounds like if you can match between the two of them.
Well, she could be in character when she said that.
Right.
I've been saying it for years. Always, oh, you're an AEW, you're an AWA. No, bro. Just looks good. We put it over Maryland. We speak it. It's not like the show doing well in the numbers. Not just that, bro. Have no reason to lie. Right. It hurts our credibility. When I was back there, nobody wanted to work with her. Everybody was talking bad about her. I said it publicly, and of course the AEW geeks came after me. You know, I was the first one that said her and Paul had broken up. It's true. I'm going to throw this little very credible source okay? So, at the end of the day, nobody wanted to work with her. Thunder Road was definitely going to get it with this guy because she told me so, okay? If she said it to me, she said it to somebody else, or maybe it was him that calmed attention down. But I think this is something that any veteran can tell you. When you go into a dressing room, the younger wrestlers don't shake your hand, or at least, you know, that's me. I was there, she never shook my hand, she never introduced herself, she never said hi. That's not the reason I busted her. The reason was she was very toxic. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back is when MJF was in the wrestling, she was very that's stupid. Because when you're the top guy in the promotion and you're going to bury him publicly, do you not think any of that's going to get? I mean, in the person burying him was a lot of stuff, right? You don't think anybody's going to go and tell him? And so, bro, did you see this?
Funny that I just think
Shit.
it's funny to get a bunch of indie wrestling girls and like who would have have no drama.
And she actually believed her own hype. Oh, I started this place. No, you were just there at the beginning because nobody else was using it. Didn't start shit. The ones that started that place was Omega, the Young Bucks, and Cody Rhodes. Point, period, blank. The other thing I wanted to say is, remember that guy that I was telling you about, Paul Walter, whatever his name is?
Paul Waterhausen.
Yeah, that you said he was good as Jewel and Richard Jewell and the movie about the Atlanta Olympics. Okay. Yep. Did you see what he wrote? Please look it up.
Yep. Interesting.
Because he mostly was talking to me, but at the end he was talking to you.
Who is this?
That guy who was on Cobra Kai, that wrestles for MLW, that they put him over as this badass when he's short and dumb. I'm willing to.
Wait, did he write something? Did he write something?
Yeah, I'm not on it, but my boy that works in IG, Spiff, that we've had on the show before,
right.
He sent it to me, and not only that, he told me to tell you to fix your mic.
I did. I have a new one. This is brand new. We did fix. We.
Yeah,
the problem
was,
it's a new microphone. I found a new one.
Do something else.
It wasn't working. I took it to my IT guy at work. He got it working, and I came home and it didn't work again. So that was the problem last week. So we had to record. I couldn't get a new mic in time. Now I have a new mic this week, and it sounds better.
Okay, so you can't find a joke because
I have it here. You just
go ahead, read it out, Disco.
Huh.
I don't. So who is this now?
This is Paul Walter Hauser. He sent it to.
Show him a picture of this guy.
So we
Obviously,
actually.
he doesn't know. He thinks like everybody should. He actually thinks everybody should know him. But go ahead.
Okay. You get the picture, Joe?
Yep. One sec. You'll know his face probably.
How's your eye, Joe? By the way, Joe, how's your eye?
I'm good. I'm all good for now. This.
So that's Paul Walter. He looks a lot like J.D. Vance, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Hey, come on, bro.
Looks like J.D.
Okay, so go ahead. You want to read it, this or
Okay.
I'll
put it.
All right, what y'all want to
Well,
do?
I'm going to answer after every paragraph. Go ahead.
Heard you fellas talked about me in the pod as it pertains to me calling out Hogan. You want the context for you and the rest of the Cranberries. I never said Hogan's name. I alluded to him in an analogy. Number one, I never said Hogan's name. I alluded to him in an analogy that merely stated that wrestling is bigger than one man. I then bet on the Lucha Libre hardcore wins of technical wrestling. Number two, Cobra Kai's dope.
Okay, wait. Stop 1 second. Number one, okay? I like how he uses cranberries because that's a word I used to use when I was in WCW. Number two,
Correct.
he says that we were talking about him calling out Hogan. We never dumpy. That's what started this.
I don't recall this.
Okay, well, I
conversation.
do recall it. Do you,
Okay.
Joe?
Here's the email. The guy that emailed in, John Flynn, mentioned, he called him horrible actor and wrestler Paul Hauser, called the WWE deplorable for having Hogan on Raw. So that was in the email, but I don't think we referenced that at all.
Yeah, neither did
Also,
I.
that's
Okay.
the only mention we had of this guy?
Yeah, the guy followed up and he said, meanwhile, MLW has, this is the email, John Flynn. Meanwhile, MLW has Riddle, the things Matt has done to his ex-wife and other women is way more deplorable than Hogan. And I think we talked about Matt a little bit and people with accusations and stuff, but I don't think we
Right,
meant...
that's what we got into. We got into false accusations, how,
Got it.
whether or not the abuse was worse, alleged, was worse than, what was it? Remember, I was trying to compare two things, like, what's worse?
It was what Hogan said on the tape versus...
Right, correct. Okay, so you're right. Using an N-word in private, okay, that's made public, what's worse, that or, sex abuse?
Yeah, but we never were talking about him, talking about Hogan.
We got to come here. Right, correct. Right, that's
Okay,
what
go
we
ahead.
talked about that
Like,
conversation.
we don't
Not-
give a fuck
not
what you
specific
think
to
about
this guy.
Hogan. Okay, read the second
I
paragraph.
don't even know who this guy is. Correct. Okay,
Right.
number
Well,
two,
this
Cobra Kai is dope. Cobra Kai's dope. I've starred in a Clint Eastwood movie, done 2 Spike Lee joints, Disney films, won an Emmy, and a Golden Globe for playing a serial killer. And On Deck is fantastic.
And what they got planned for me?
Okay, why are you reading?
That's a
Why are you reading me? Why are you reading me your credentials? I don't give a fuck. I already said you were super funny in Cobra Kai. Besides the fact that Joe saw you in another movie, none of us know what you've done. And you ain't Brad Pitt, my dog. And you are. I think you were great in Cobra Kai. And never talked about acting. So I don't know why you're throwing all this shit at me. And I guarantee you, most people don't know about any of this. Go
The
ahead.
serial killer one.
And number 3.
Hang up real quick, Dan. The serial killer one.
All right, let's do
I
it.
think I sent it to you guys. You might not remember. It's called Mockingbird or something, and it did look good, but I haven't seen it. So I do know what that is.
The guy's got incredible. The guy's got the Golden Globe. I mean, he's obviously an incredible actor.
Yeah.
Number 3. You mentioned I'm likely not bringing eyeballs to products, but can you truly say the same for yourself at Disco? Disco never graduated from the low to mid card, and your height of popularity was 1 year as a mid carder at NWO Wolfpack. I've helped independent and mainstream wrestling promotions get named in the New York Times, Late Night with Colbert, Variety, USA Today, People Magazine, New York Post, and the live Emmy telecast.
All right. So who gives a shit, bro? That was not correlated to a lot of people coming to see the show. So, and the other thing is, the other thing is if that's my height of popularity, you do not know anything about my career in film dice. So go ahead.
Well, you take shots at me here, which I could
Yeah.
care about. Number 4. You have to did say this about him. He looks like a fat
I did say that. I did say that.
Fair enough, 100%, and I took it to his heart, but I can't lose a ton of weight for like, why you do this when he's like a fat man?
I don't understand.
Listen, I can't lose a ton of weight until he's like Chris Farley by optic, he's like finished with. Chris Farley's fat, they can't lose weight because get that hole. So I'm putting 250 also getting that big wrestlers didn't look like Rick Rude's on team. It looks like Dusty Rhodes and Bandy and Higgins. Ain't had that just that's Cody. I think this will probably thinks he does on.
Okay, let me explain something to you. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Let me finish, bro. I'm a big fan of not everybody looking the same like a cookie cutter. I community building. But bro, you do not look intimidating. You don't come off intimidating. You just come off like some actor that's cosplaying wrestling. Alright? No hating, I'm just stating, I don't know you, but since you decided to throw that letter on IG, that's my response.
Well, I think it's funny that he's taking shots at me, and I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know that's actually insulted him. It's funny.
And as far as money, and as far as money and all that, or not doing good or not doing as good as you, we've been doing this for almost 8 years and making pretty good living on it. It isn't our primary income, but it's a good supplemental income.
Supplemental. Let me make a point here. I'm going to shout this out. Anyway, just get back to this guy. I think you apologize. Okay? So he should apologize. All right? Because is I read that IG response thing. He said, I actually said this guy does sound like a Fred Blacker. I just don't know him. But he doesn't obviously has a lot
Neither do I.
pretty good credits. He's got an Enneagram prize. Like, so I'm not throwing any shade at this guy.
I was looking.
So you don't have to apologize.
Okay, I was looking through the what he had done or what's going on, and there is one movie that he was in that you might have seen that was very good, and he was very good in it. It's called I, Tonya, about Tonya Harding.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, he's really good in that. Sure.
Yeah.
Did he get the? Is that what he got the Emmy for?
No, I think the Emmy was for that serial killer show. I think it was called Monster.
Oh, because that I, Tonya was critically acclaimed.
Yes, yeah.
I was wondering if he could. Yeah,
That was a good movie. Yeah.
Maybe I can get the last team.
What are you wearing? Absurd. Who's on your?
I mean, play that girl.
Oh, that's
Albert Camus, the founder of
Stranger.
Absurd.
Maybe I could air it
Wait
up.
a minute.
French name.
What's his name?
Albert Camus. And see, it's C-A-M.
Who is he?
He's a philosopher.
I don't give a fuck how it's spelled.
He's an old school philosopher. Came up with the philosophy of absurdism.
Is that your shirt for your podcast?
Nah, I mean, it's not my shirt for my podcast, but I saw it and I was like, oh, this is like a good show title.
No, if it was a shirt for his podcast, Dexter would be on it. Go ahead.
We'll have my face on it instead.
Right. Let's get into the what do you call it here? The Patreon.
Oh, let me correct real quick. That show is called Blackbird, not Mockingbird. I don't know if anybody wants to see it.
Interesting.
Sure, if anybody wanted to see it, they would have. Go ahead.
You know what's funny is like Trump did the executive orders, right? And what
she
executive
went off
order
and
do you
did
think
something
he
else.
most like pushback?
Got busy.
Like online?
The Gulf of Mexico thing,
No, not that.
the January 6th thing.
No, not that.
Okay, well,
The biggest thing is that there's only two genders, male and female.
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
Exactly, which is the funniest thing that's the one that people like their head the left is heading for.
She's busy doing something else.
The common sense people understand that, which is they're just getting rid of all the ridiculous stuff, So.
Yeah. So two things also, like he wants to, Mount McKinley got renamed Denali by Obama, right? Because that's a Native American term for what they call it, right?
Okay.
Well, he's switching that up again, okay?
Yeah.
And then the other one that was weird is the Gulf of Mexico thing, because the Gulf of Mexico basically it borders Cuba, the U.S. and Mexico, okay? And I guarantee you, Mexico isn't going to change the name, Cuba isn't going to change the name, and it's been around like since the 1600s. But one thing that caught my eye, because are they making a big deal out of this? But to me, it wasn't the smartest thing to do how he did it. The Elon Musk salute,
right?
That they're trying to say it's like a Nazi thing.
Yeah, we got a question about that.
Yeah, well, the Nazis you go like with your hand extended, go like this. See,
He just changed
I want to
this.
make a good point about this. Okay, is that because
Let's
the
do it, man.
Nazis
Let's
did
do it.
that, okay, anybody like that does that is that basically they're saying okay you support Nazis. That was their campaign, right? But if you think about it, it's kind of like stuff because that's actually if you're like saying making a statement like you're a leader, you're going from my heart to the people. Well, what type of hand? How would you do that? You put your hand on your heart to the people.
Bro, you could go like this and point enough and sophisticated enough to understand that that's a huge
I'm aware of
point
that.
of contention, especially with the fucking snowflake.
Okay, exactly. I know that. Which is why I would argue that if people started using it again for a different reason, it would almost kind of like if you did that over a long
Yeah,
period of time,
validate the Nazi
people
thing.
would no. People would forget the Nazis. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll forget that the Nazis. The
They're
Nazis.
not going to forget
But
because there's too many people that are going to bring it up. Why do you have to go like that? So just
I'm not saying they say that. I said they
Where?
answered. Like all of a sudden I would say nobody can do that because the Nazis did it. But it's actually, if you're thinking it's a way to say from my heart to the people, like that's how that would be their hands on the knees.
I just thought it was a
can't use
wise
it.
move.
Right. Yeah. But nobody's, they're never going crazy on that. I probably questions
Right, because the Democrats, just like the Republicans, are still losers. Neither one knows how to lose. But go ahead.
Okay, next, so the first debate, no one we have to suspension of basic welfare. Was that cannabis? Comments?
No instruction.
No.
I still am using it on Rogan. Instead of drinking caffeine, continue with the weightlifting. He's strong for it. Yes,
I don't know what's
trying to pep up.
Right.
So last week we suspended Angie for 3 weeks. Rick Farley for misinformation. Okay, Junior Shield was suspended for 2 weeks. But Janis Shorten and Robert Donovan also were suspended. And Zach Stoll,
We had 6 suspensions last week?
yeah, and then Zach Stoll, I saw on Twitter, I was trying to tell you guys to suggest we had a tweet of the week.
Oh, this is, yeah, he's questioning the behavior thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Will these pep pills take you from low energy, Joe Feeney Biden to high energy Obama?
No instruction. I'm going to get clip of him using it on the road. It's pretty funny. We like Rogan.
Oh, but I don't know.
Outside the stuff right now.
Well, it's going to kind of make sense. It's right now, but we'll see as we go along.
All right.
I just think like,
How many people are you?
the person was pulled in for the date school. Question. How much you pay for the bus was handed out of paid to be a puncher in AW? Such a guy was suddenly over after the owner and found that question. What if that was true? Was subject to much space for fans and that's still, but what are we supposed to, are we supposed to believe that anything exactly what happens to the law? If there was other driving, so it's a pure AW, so it's a deep group. With the second decision in nature, that's then he was moved to the ring of honor grand entirely. Understand he was out for some time with the children and babies, but I know it was already back.
Hey, tasty baby.
Standing late many shows he's on because of the talent he got published with these guys. And making the match when he was very talented wrestler at the college on the main show where he's good. Oh, how could they not fix this by now? Like, how is that been just squashed and then fixed? And then Sammy's just on all the shows. They're literally still keeping him until the time that they converted. It was 6 years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah. It came up early in his AEW run, so that's, yeah, that's.
But look, it's more than that, then. It's not like 7 years before they lose. It's probably just the full AEW started like that. So we're talking a comment you make that I was I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you see you want to raise the kid. Yeah, that's showing you're sexually attracted to your kid. Like, the man, the way he was saying, it's probably his content. And now all of a sudden, that she's on the show, it's like, are they really that much exposed that she can't be in a working environment with this guy? Like, he's married, has a girl to show everything?
Well, two things. The first one, they were talking about Colt Cabana and CM Punk. 100% CM Punk kept them off the show, so I don't know why you think anybody would think differently. And number two, I remember that Sam, a very good friend, had told me that he had to apologize to her. And she accepted. And I find it very hard to believe that at his age and her age, she wouldn't consider that flattery. Okay? And she doesn't come off as a snowflake to me. He must have done something to get heat and was sent into ROH purgatory, or, the same as they had.
Killer man, you can do better than that.
Jericho's a champion.
You just got a bad start.
To reinforce that place with some name talent. But, bro, that whole thing, there's nowhere to see it. Nobody gives a shit. It has no buzz. I mean, I think, he said, well, I bought it. I got to do something with it.
let me make a point to them too. Maybe he did do something to get heat because maybe he was on probation. But bro, because he's been in trouble a lot there. Bro, he threw the chair and hit Matt Hardy right in the face and shit. And everything, you know, like he was doing a lot of reckless things.
Yeah, got to fight with Andrade.
And,
Got to
and,
fight with Andrade. So he was probably on probation.
Right.
This is pure speculation, and probably did something else, and they relegated him to the Ring of Honor show. You know, because he did. He was like, how many strikes did the guy get before he's out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
check out the newest K100 sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Pick on Tuesday. Patrick Mahomes passed more than
Going on with this guy Hauser,
Yeah.
and with these two jackoffs. What are their names? The guys that always bury me on their podcast.
the guys that recently
Pharaoh, something.
Yeah. Okay,
Shit.
so I'm going to address both of them.
Okay.
First, let me give you a little preface here. So this was sent to me, I think, by Hughley, but I want to make sure.
With Durbin, mate.
the Hauser thing.
Durbin also said something, but I'll first go with Hughley.
All right.
Okay, so he put up a. Who do you want to talk first about, Hauser or the two?
Okay, I guess it could be the two of us.
You want to talk?
All right,
Fuck
we'll
that.
start off with two
Do
jackoffs.
this one more time.
Go ahead.
What are their names again, Joe? What are the
Refuse
other two guys? What are their names?
refer
Monty
to
and
him.
Pharaoh? Is
That's
that them?
Monty the Pharaoh. I guess you.
Have you ever listened to their podcast?
No. But
When they showed a clip, what was it? Okay, so they showed a clip. I saw a video, a clip of me like on a couch or something.
I haven't seen it.
Talking, I was on that. I don't recall this because it obviously wasn't that big of a deal to me.
They're just clout chasing, bro. Nobody knows them, so they want to get us triggered, to start some shit. But so this was sent to me by our boy Mike Durbin. Okay. So these guys stopped that. Remember that when I left the Max Moon character, that Paul Diamond took over?
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So let me say two things. When you see, because it was a very open match, it wasn't a Pentagon that's kind of closed or right. It was a pretty open match, right? If you remember it. Yeah. So you could tell that facially that it's not me, okay? Even with a match button. And number two, my voice sounds nothing like his, okay?
I thought it sounded a little bit like it.
Just being a dick. And so, I'm gonna trash those two dorks in the next get my goal. We're not on that show anymore, right?
I need to do that. No, we're all good. We're just having thank you, man. I take off all.
Okay, so anyway, this guy writes this. His name is Monte Pharaoh.
It was one Monty. 13.
I got a couple of names for him in a minute. But anyways, so he writes, does it really matter in the end? His promos were terrible either way. If it weren't for Kevin Nash, who knows where he'd be. Honestly, he should be sent to Christmas for giving him a plan in the first place. So let me educate these two guys. Number one, I'd already been a huge star in Mexico before I even came here, but I know nothing that happened. The Kevin Nash thing was, they had Luger, Sting, and they were looking for somebody to put in there. They could have put anybody in the company, right? Him and Scott came to me and said, would you like to be the Wolfman? And I said, yes, absolutely. He didn't get me the job at WCW. I actually had to do a trial in Las Vegas with Psychosis, and that's how I got my job. So I don't understand how you think Nash, what's it, the Wolfpack? That was him and, yeah, what were you going to say?
Just that you had your WCW job before all that.
Right. And not only that, though, the guys, they're cool guys. This was very good friends with them. They're super cool guys. They weren't gonna fix some dipshit to be in the fucking team. But anyways,
I like to address one thing about those
I
guys.
just lost. But
Well, I saw, and I guess it's because we answered an email and everything, like, oh, I don't know these. And that's all it was. This guy, I guess, was on their show, and they're like, Disco was on her couch. And then but then
you could do this.
find out who's here.
It's I don't know what the time for one. You know? I'm not. Well,
So exciting disco.
I mean, let's just be on the truth. Let's look at it. Are they on Twitter? What's your Twitter do?
I think they commented about the show on Twitter, but what I've seen is people are sending the YouTube stuff about it.
Okay.
And it's really cool.
You have one of these YouTube clips?
Okay, so Disco, you were on their show 2 years ago, and you told them about how you got your name, and you've had eight views in 2 years. I'm not shitting on you.
That's how popular that show was.
That's insane. I mean, what was it?
4 viewers per year.
Look at you on the station, whatever it does.
I don't even think it's funny.
I'm going to double down on this statement again.
What? Oh, he's alive.
Oh, wait, you know what? They also have within 4 months that it does have 212 views where it says, the studio turns into Disco Inferno and you're on the show. I'll try to find out what it is.
Hey, try to find out where's the right, because that's 2 years ago from the YouTube clip.
The YouTube clip says 2 years
Okay,
ago.
I don't know, that doesn't mean that necessarily is no sure. Because I could turn it down here, but that's,
Yeah.
in a 2 year time period, I can't recall if even,
I think it's 2 years because there's a second clip here. Disco Inferno today's correctly on his nose what makes it good something. 13 views 2 years. So 2 years ago sounds about right.
It's together.
I just want to say
No, it's wrong. You're legit. When old,
and stuff and Maxine stuff and Disco's there.
old, nothing.
Then they could have thought they did.
So a man that's never done anything to be in the business is saying this to me. So, like I give a fuck.
But the ironic thing was the one guy's got really stringy hair. The other guy has, figure this out, a bald head, sunglasses, and a beard. And he goes, their Carlos looks homeless. Which maybe I do sometimes, but you know what? You kind of have a similar look there. I mean, you might want to look in the mirror though.
They just sound like two marks to what they are,
And you know what?
right?
There's 2 wrestling shows on Believe right now. And it's us, and some ass Monty and the Power. And the thing is, we could have not been in it. So they got really
But too late, man. Too late, because I'll tell you this, if I had a lower IQ, I would fucking enjoy their bullshit more, right? They're just,
It's just they brought it up as the war on Believe too, and they might look
it's a fuck. I'm going to predict right now that they will not be in Believe in 2025. There, I just gave you
What is 2025 already? I mean, probably
but bro, these guys are,
I don't know, who's definitely the camp of Bonnie and the Pharaoh? I'm kind of like, all right, that's cool.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, it's,
Because I think we need to talk about this. Like, that's very,
Police person.
anyway, but bro, they just come up to me.
Police person.
100%, okay? And they're just trying to be, never gonna be nobodies. Kings of the reach around, rocking, talking glory holes, crumb cakes. They can both eat a dick. Too late.
disrespectfully like that.
And you're both dismissed. So get the fuck
Let
out.
me look at this guy's money.
Typical wrestling marks.
And for being there, like it says in the description, there's a hard-hitting wrestling show, wrestling historians, and Durbin's point was like, yo, if you're wrestling historians, you might have known that was fucking passing in. Right, look at
Yeah, that's an oxymoron.
how many times
And let's italicize it.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, we're in the business and we never heard of them. And you were on the show and you remember Taylor. What does that tell you?
I mean, I just don't recall these guys.
Right.
I mean, look at a short interview there.
Yeah. So the other one,
Look at it. What's the short question? Let's say it. There's another YouTube channel for this show, right? And on this YouTube channel, we have the shorts. Okay? I think that's the second short there by some 2%. Why is Conor the different wrestler? Okay. So it's just, okay.
Think about that, dude. Just think about it. You should be embarrassed to talk about this. Like, you lost all credibility. Why is that? Why is Hogan not give that racist comment?
That promo stuff is better.
Think about that, dude. Just think about it.
Well, it's not. The three people are just talking about the next one promo. But they don't
Wait, it's that.
Stuff.
Yeah. And the guy does kind of look like
You oh, you nothing.
But how does Chicken get on him? That looks like you. He looks like everybody who's going to be elected.
If you're looking to improve exercise performance, improve strength, enhance stamina, mental wellness, and youth, we invite you to check out the AeonMan.com, AeonMan.com. Use code WELLNESS15 to 50% off your first order. You can get 10% subscribe and save orders as well. So you can start out at 50% off and you can keep it going. Continue to get 10% as well.
Yeah, we're always getting stuff to try, and there's a lot of stuff that we know for the listeners. But this was great. Stuff with minutes of wellness for men has been great. Superfood protein, I'm really into nutrition that goes in what I eat and what my intake is. They have like superfood protein, which builds muscle and shreds unwanted body fat. Protein that boosts the metabolic rate, boosts sugar cravings, and boosts immunity. Nature's natural testosterone, which is actually New Zealand gear and velvet
What?
There's stuff that for joint pain.
Ew.
So this is high quality.
Should have
stuff.
took it
People
down
are
the first
serious
time.
about their nutrition and their health. They've got everything here. Go to the website.
Here, I'll let you guys know how to down.
I tried their creatine.
We were cheated.
Hydrate and
Right, yeah.
Oh, they're friends.
yeah. So, well, bro, Spiff knows everybody. Charlotte Flair, but like really close. He knows a lot of wrestlers. So, just so people know, Spiff is the guy that brought Bad Bunny to WWE. When Travis Scott came out smoking weed, he brought him also. He's done music and produced the videos for Anuel. Anuel's probably the second biggest star after Bad Bunny in the Latin community. For Anuel, Rick Ross, a whole bunch of people, right? So anyways, he's friends with a lot of people in the industry. He just put Dave Bautista in a video with Anuel. And he's the guy that got Ric Flair to do the video with Bad Bunny called Chambea. And bro, I think they played Chambea when he went to wrestle Puerto Rico. You know, in WWE.
Oh, yeah. He played that song.
And the place just lost, you know. But anyways, good friend of mine, and like I said, he knows a lot of people in Hollywood and the music industry. So he writes me and says, "What's the problem with Hauser?" And I was like, "Oh, because he wrote something on YouTube. Did you see that?"
Yeah, first there was that Instagram thing that we talked about yesterday, and then today he wrote on YouTube, yeah.
Yes,
What do
see
you
if
write
it's
on
still
YouTube?
there.
Pull it up.
See if it's still there.
No, I haven't.
You do.
Yeah,
Joe was on point today, Tony.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
He's manning the ones and twos.
Well, I will give,
I'm going to tell you why it's done in a minute, but go ahead.
but I'll give credit where credit's due because it was...
So, Stumper?
Okay, so he responded to the YouTube clip, which is what we said yesterday, he responded to his Instagram. He said, you're also... Okay, let me start with the first one. I could care less...
So what is he responding to? In
He
this?
responded to what we talked about yesterday when we responded...
On what YouTube clip is he responding to something?
Oh, this is... Okay, it's the YouTube clip from yesterday's response to his Instagram page.
Okay, that's interesting because I went and looked at the comments. I couldn't find this.
It's gone.
Oh, his comments are gone.
Like I said, I'm going to
That's
tell you in a minute why.
just his comments are gone. So I thought the clip was gone. I was like, what?
So, and he usually sends this to me, so I'll give credit. And being the master of clickbait, he usually heard the Hauser thing, and he put it right up today, which is not a surprise. Okay, so Hauser comments on right. I could care less that you don't know who I am, but homie, play back.
Read the first one.
No, this is the first one. This is the first one. The second one's the follow-up.
Oh, okay.
I could care less that you don't know who I am, but homie, play back the tape. You two absolutely talk crap about me having made mention of Hogan. You 1000% said I said it to get over with the MLW audience by trashing WWE and it was out of context. and incorrect. Why would I go out of my way to post what I posted if you hadn't said that? I came correct to correct you. Unless you're a mega CMLL fan, the majority of wrestling fans think of Conan as a Wolfpack mid-carder. Do you want to respond? You want me to read the next one?
Read the next.
No, yeah, go ahead. Okay. You also referred to me as a woke snowflake for having beef with Hogan saying a racial slur, and then you put yourself over for having the comfortability to use said racial slur in front of your board. You incomparable tour. Keep making fun of the companies that if they offer you a contract, you fall to your knees and weep.
Then whoever sent me this, which I'm assuming was Hughley, said that the comments were 50-50. I like to read some of the comments.
Read them to come.
Yeah, this would be great. There's nothing better, bro, than
You know
comments on YouTube.
Right.
Yes or no?
Unsettled is soul trouble.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Control.
Go ahead.
I'll do that.
That was a screenshot.
They ain't go to these bastards.
This video here. All right. Taking Conan to say what has he done for the wrestling business is one of the craziest things he could say. I never heard of him before Cobra Kai. I didn't know that this guy was Richard Jewell in real life.
Wait a minute.
Every time I see Paul Walter Hauser in something, he's playing the same character. Hilarious when famous people think they deserve more respect in a profession where they have no achievements just because they are somewhat famous. The Conan disrespect is crazy. My grandmother was a Spanish immigrant. All we saw was AAA in her house. Saw 15-year-old Rey Mysterio before he took his uncle's name. And Conan was on everything from novellas to movies. Alex was an actor, but Conan was way bigger than Hogan.
Wait, I like the next one. Read the next one.
Paul Walter Hauser looks more like a wrestler than Adam Cole.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I don't see.
I know you just done it here.
Yeah,
Disco moves. That's my favorite.
No, listen.
Wait, you've done one.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Okay,
read the one under Disco Moves.
Now, do him. He got a platform to defend himself, though. You ain't got no
They
platform.
went working on you than me.
Links needs crook. Feel it.
Okay.
Oh,
I think Mike Durbin
he
makes
feels
up
good.
accounts, like profiles, just to come on here and complain about my mind. Do you think that's possible?
I don't think it's
Good.
Yeah, because you made friends with him. If I would have asked you 6 months
Do you think usually doing this?
I think there's some Hughley accounts, but I don't think that's one of them. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, but are they that? I don't know what would be the word. Only that they don't have nothing better to do. I mean, they're not 15 years old.
I think if Husey is on there, he's stirring it up to try to get other people to respond, which in turn helps the show.
Right. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe, put that back up. Put that back up. Those comments.
It is up.
Okay, scroll down just a tad. Okay, I want to read this one. I don't get this guy. He's become the new Pedro Pascal, where the internet is getting behind him. Everyone on the internet is pushing this guy, and most people have no idea who he is. He's not an A-list actor. The crazy part is all the marks pushing him. Dude is pushing 40, short, and 300 pounds. He's literally just a wrestling nerd like us, and they keep pushing him out in wrestling companies like people love him. The only people that carry the marks, that's exactly why his casuals have been pushed out.
Right. Well,
Interesting.
like he told us, he's overweight now because he's getting ready for that.
So that's
Marley.
For Chris Farley. Okay, but listen to this. So my friend Spiff is friends with both of us, right? And so he goes, hey man, is there any way we can squash this? Squash what? There's no beef. You know what I'm saying? And then, so he said, well, would you want to talk to him over the phone or have him on the show? I go, either one. So he called him up and he put us on a three-way.
right.
And so he was very, I have to say this, he was very, very respectful, okay? And so I kind of did my due, because I told him, I go, my producer always puts you over in that Richard Jewell thing. I go, I'm going to watch it this week. So I kind of started to read up on him. Or no, I think
And you said
Durbin.
you saw him in the Tanya Harding movie, right?
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, he was great there. And but anyways, I think it was Hughley who sent me this. Bro, do you know that he's in the next Quentin Tarantino movie?
Yeah, they're
Do you know the name of it, Joe?
You keep
Critic,
asking me
Critic.
questions about this guy. I still have no clue who he
All
is.
right. Well, I didn't know it either till today. It ain't like I knew it for a long time.
Right.
Hughley told me this.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's on the movie critic or the critic.
Yeah, the movie critic.
Okay.
See what part he plays in this.
He's the critic, right? He's the lead actor, I think.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because I've never ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie I didn't like.
And the one that
Okay.
I said yesterday, Blackbird, I kept calling it Mockingbird by accident.
Right.
Is a series where he's like a killer in jail and this guy goes in undercover, whatever. You don't even know the whole story, but the trailer looked really good, and I think that's what he won the Emmy and the Golden Globe for. So
Yeah.
maybe check out.
Well, let me just say this, because Spiff actually brought this up to me. He says, why don't you play another character that's a little more compelling, you know, like kind of a serial killer vibe. Like, remember when Jim Carrey did that movie, or Robin Williams did that movie, where they were like, that they worked in a photo studio?
1 hour photo. Yeah.
Right, and the guy turned out to be the biggest fucking creep.
Yeah.
And you'd never seen Robin Williams like that.
Right.
You know, and it was fucking great.
Mhm.
Just like you never seen Al Pacino doing comedy, and he was great in
Oh,
Movie
man.
Lovers, a great,
Yeah.
great name. But
Gotta
anyways,
look at
here's
it.
another thing that he's in, because I was reading up on him just to know a little bit more. Bro, he's in the new Fantastic Four. I know you don't like Marvel movies, Disco, but like Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer
What?
and Spider-Man went, because they wrote him really cool,
It's
like
right there.
Deadpool. You know, he's a pussy in the fucking thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he is, bro. The only cool Spider-Man was when he turned black. You
No.
remember that one?
I'm not gonna put
I
that
love
rookie in danger.
But yeah, he's a
Rookie might want to
Fantastic Four.
avoid
He's
shit.
in Quentin Tarantino's movie, and he's doing the Chris Farley one. And I said, oh, I love Chris Farley, but he died a young death from too much partying, and I love Sam Kinison. He goes, I was supposed to play Sam Kinison, and he says, but you've seen Sam Kinison, right, Joe?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
He goes, but I was afraid I might blow up my vocals. Because that's a lot of screaming. What a talented motherfucker that guy was. But, so anyways, we just, you know.
No, no
we
more
just chopped it
shout.
up. He was very cool. He was
Good
very,
shout.
very respectful. And at the end,
Let's
I
go
just told the
whoop
boy, I
ass
apologize.
today.
It's nothing malicious. I'm trying to entertain people.
But time out.
Yeah.
I had mentioned on the show that this guy was supposed to owe me an apology.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had the conversation with the guy. You end up apologizing to him.
Well, because
That's like Kevin Gillish.
yeah, well,
That's
I
like
just
something
don't.
Kevin Gill would do.
Well, that's just how I am at this point in my life.
I'm still demanding an apology from the guy for
Okay.
the shot that he took me. I don't really.
Let me ask you a question, just because this is topical and even a little time sensitive. We can have him on tomorrow. We can have him on Friday. Or we can have him on next week. You decide.
I don't want to have a guy unless he apologizes. He's ready to come on here and apologize.
You could do
What if he apologizes on the air?
Okay, well then we'll have him on.
Yeah.
But I would do it next week. Yeah, actually, this is funny. Okay, bro, you gotta listen to this. This is just. I think it's.
Yeah, because I was reading this on Twitter too. But go ahead. I haven't heard what Dave said.
You know, go to the Meltzer said what? Now, well, and pull up the numbers today.
I always read that. So Meltzer said what is a guy that puts up stuff that Meltzer says, right?
Right, he puts things based.
Right.
Guys, Fournette, marriage.
Is this the Dave's girlfriend?
Yes, you gotta do this.
A shot of him and Big Bill squaring off. And Chris Jericho is pretending to tell us that Austin won the match. But it was like, why did you show up in that big win? I mean, you actually threw to a collision recap, but you didn't actually show up winning the match. So I don't know, man.
That was the least of the problems in Tonight Show. In Tonight Show, I was watching with my girlfriend. She's been to some of the shows, but she doesn't watch TV. She's sort of working on Wednesday nights and everything. But we decided we were going to watch together. And she's probably been like, I couldn't tell you how long since we watched the show together. Probably a year plus. And, late in the show, I was going to talk to her, just this right. She goes, I don't think you're well. Okay? And then it's just like, it's like, she said something, and I was thinking, she said, and she's basically saying, boy, since I last watched the show, they have so many little people on the show. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like, we're old. And then she goes like, these guys are like almost our age. And I give them credit. They're in great shape, and their wrestling is good, but they're so old. And it's like, you don't even know half the older people weren't even on the show tonight. But that's the big takeaway. I mean, it's not a big takeaway watching it again as it was, you know, when it was the show was last week or Collision or something.
It was last week.
Yeah, last week. Yeah, so it's just one after another. It's not like any of them aren't good. They're all good, but it's like there's a reason that they lost 18 to 34 viewers. That's been going on for a long time. And the reason is because they're not pushing younger talent. I know it's
I'm gonna put that up
because
there.
NXT's
I'll come back to
34
you.
numbers are way down too. They are pushing. Whatever it is, we're really done.
What do you think those comments are? The two things stood out to you. You know, well, anything.
No, go ahead. What's just got you? And then we'll
Number one, I find it very hard to believe that his girlfriend was telling in the conversation said, "I know these guys are open. The rest is good." All right, I doubt that came in the conversation. Number two, dude, this is
Your
not,
mammy.
you know,
I didn't
like I fascinated these guys are trying to notice this right now, okay? But I thought it was very ironic. You know, back a little while back when we were talking about this, Joe, remember there was that run? I think it maybe had like 6 or 7 straight main events where there was a 50-year-old or more in the main event.
Right.
Okay, where it was, you know, 3 or 4 of them were Japanese guys. Okay, like you know, so it's like the older Japanese guys. Like, who's the guy with the crazy hair? What was the freaking name of the guy?
Juice Robinson.
Oh, not Juice Robinson. No, the guy with the crazy haircut, the 50-year-old guy used to be an MMA guy. And it was, what's his name?
Minoru Suzuki, right?
Minoru Suzuki. They're pushing him. They're pushing Ishii.
Yeah, that was.
They actually brought in Rob Van Dam for a spot. Like, he was on the main event. Sting was in main event. And, you know, dude, that's not like why, like, they're not drawing young viewers. The thing is that they constantly went to a lot of, they go through a lot of stuff that just mainstream fans are not interested in. You know, Japanese style tournaments, Japanese wrestlers, the lucha guys that nobody knows. You know, I'd actually like to see the numbers when these veteran guys are on the show. Because it's like the young talent, like nobody's going on that show.
Well, when we get the quarter hours, we can see.
Right. The ratings aren't even out yet.
No, because Martin Luther King Day on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. For sure that.
Man, shit,
Well,
doggery.
the thing is, no, because he's 60 years old. He is no clue why youngers that quit watching the show and find out why they quit watching the show. And I still profess it's a lot of the things that I say, that they think it's still, you know, I profess that the wrestling's not as good as they think it is on that show. Because that's the thing is why they're the best wrestler in everybody's season. Everybody's slapping their thighs, everybody's doing their forearm spots, nobody's selling anything. It's, you know, the stuff is, the matches are looking very repetitive. And you know, they all look kind of look the same. And I get old after a while, you know?
The problem for big news would be the WWE is very hot.
Right.
WWE was worse. When WWE, when AEW first came around, WWE wasn't killing it. They didn't start killing it again until after the pandemic and World returned here. That was AEW. Actually, the pandemic was one time that's AEW as well.
I'm going to get deep analogy of this, okay? When you're talking about specifically young people, because we see young, I've worked with a lot of young people, okay? Okay. Well, what's the primary thing you see in young people first and foremost? The attention span to the telephone, okay? They're constantly addicted. They're addicted to social media. They're addicted to online. They're addicted to the phone, right?
And they're addicted to the comments that are made of it.
Right, yes, which is inclusive with what you are, okay? So right off the bat, there is something that can draw their attention away from the primary source of what you're trying to provide you as entertainment, okay? So there's literally well over 100 hours of actual wrestling matches on television on a weekly basis that you're trying to draw crowds to see, okay? But we've seen the thing that draws your attention, okay, are the promos. Like the thing, you know, the promo work, the vignettes, like, okay, that's not, I can't miss this. There's a 2-minute scene in the back. I have to catch this. But no, you can miss the match. You can go, when you're watching wrestling, not a lot of people are watching these matches from start to finish, attention-wise, without looking on their phone, maybe changing channels. And bro, the type of wrestling that the type of shows that the WWE is doing compared to AEW. AEW is trying to present that we're the best wrestler and here's our matches, and like trying to present these matches as like the main draw because they're supposed to be so good.
No, that's
So like literally when all the matches are the same and everyone's kicking out of a million things and stuff, you're losing your attention span.
From 18 to 34, it's like you're 10 of your friends have to watch something and tell you it's cool. And you don't understand it. AEW isn't cool to that.
Right. Correct.
And WWE would be cool because if they had gone here a little bit taller,
It's a better show, Joe. It's a better everything. But I mean, that's the best. What's the difference between a good movie and a bad movie? One's good, one's bad.
Right.
But here's the thing. If I were to tell my wife grew up during the Attitude Era, right? She really liked wrestling. She would go with her family. And bro, there is no way I can get her to watch wrestling, even if I paid her now. The only thing she's interested in is Dominic and Ray because she knows them. Right? But I've tried to say, what do you think about this promo? She'll be like, so big. Don't bother me with this shit. Like, there is no way I could take her to a show, even in Tijuana, she won't go.
And she's a video gamer too, correct?
Right, she's a video gamer.
So she's right.
She doesn't like that shit. And the problem is that, it's not well booked. There's no discipline. Tony's very erratic. He brings in all these people, pays them a lot of money. They don't get over because it's his thing. Now, what I was reading today, alluding to the Dave thing, is that, for example, to me, like you said, Dave's out of touch, right? And by that I mean this. I bet you he doesn't go to as many wrestling matches as he used to, okay? Number two, I bet you he doesn't have the pulse on what
Don't cut you off.
Right?
Cut you out. Cut you out. Sure. Now, calling her.
This guy, like, he started writing about slaughter and shit like that. But anyways, so when you have a promotion, like I said before, it looks like that. Then again,
you're a
people
chicken.
that are around me, I don't have
Like a chicken. You like it? You
I'm
like
not
to
hating,
me.
I'm just stating, I don't give a fuck if Tony comes.
I don't do stalkers. You
It's
get
very
kicked.
hard to do business with the future and then they do some more stuff. But anyways,
You see the clip? I think you guys know the WWE.
yeah, you should play that right now when I'm done with this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when
No.
you see a promotion that's, just really a glorified indie,
Yeah.
the work rate, the way they sell or don't sell, the thigh slapping, all that, bro. And then
How they make the bad indie happen.
right, then when you watch WWE, it's more polished, more professional. They've been doing it for 40 years. You can see the difference immediately. There's a reading, the ratings down. I'm sure if the ratings are down, the digital ratings are down. The house show attendance is down. There's a reason. So, what I was reading this though is a lot of people
Gotta
are
go
complaining,
home.
and I don't know who started this because Dave talked about it. Was like there's that when they first started AEW, they had a lot of fresh faces nobody had ever seen it, which is true. Orange Cassidy, Darby,
You got to play.
those guys, right? And that now
All right. That's it for
these
this.
50-year-old guys, whether it's Jared or the Herb Business, and then this guy says, "Well,
I'm calling
wrestling is
quits.
good," or his
I'm
girlfriend
calling the
said,
career with this.
"Yeah, the wrestling is good." And bro, I live
Thank
by
you,
this
Boosley.
right over here is the Chula Vista Amphitheater, which is like literally 10 minutes from my house. And the lead
Right.
security guard always lets me into different concerts, right? Bro, I
All
went
right.
the other
That's
day
it.
to a
See y'all tomorrow with the
Willie
rest.
Nelson concert. This guy must be 80 or maybe